Good morning, viewers. My name is Eunice Wangare. I'm a counseling psychologist. I'm very passionate about parenting. So today we'll be talking about effects of divorce in children. In our African culture, we find that people are not so comfortable talking about divorce. People are not comfortable about talking divorce to their children, yet these are the issues that are affecting us daily. They're the issues that are together with us here, and there's no way we can run away from them. So today we'll discuss more about the effects of divorce in children, because definitely when divorce comes in, children will always be affected. There's so many things that come in with divorce, and so many things that make our children get affected when divorce comes in. And one of the major issues that happen to children when the parents divorce is anger and aggression. You find that because children have been so used to be with their parents, when time comes and divorce comes in and now parents have to part ways and they go their own way and the other takes their own way, children are left and they ask themselves so many questions that they have no answer to. Sometimes they get so angry, and sometimes they get even aggressive, and sometimes they even think that they are the cause of divorce. So you find that those children get so much affected, they become so angry. Sometimes they start throwing tantrums, especially at the younger age, because there is so much change in their lives. So those are the things that affect those children when parents start to divorce. The other thing that you find in children is the social withdrawal. You find that because these children were used to a certain system in their family, they were used to being together with both of their parents, then the parents are no longer together. They find that they are either with one parent or they are either alone. Then you find that they start withdrawing because there's some part of them they feel is not together with them. You find that they do not want to play with other children, they do not want to get involved with other children's life, they don't want to mix with people. So you find that they get withdrawn socially. So those are the things that affect them. The other thing that affect children is the academic struggle. When parents divorce and children go with one parent, you find that because they were used to a certain way of living with their parents, they get so distracted, they get so affected to a point that they cannot be able to concentrate in class. So when there is divorce involved in a family, children get affected and the academic levels start going slowly down and down, because there's so much that is happening in their lives. They have so many things that they want to know and they have no one to answer them, and you find that they get affected even academically. The other thing is that they get the separation anxiety. It is obvious that when there's something new that comes in your life, you'll be anxious. These children get so anxious because they do not know what other thing that will happen in their lives. What is this other thing that we are waiting for? Already this one is too big for them, and they do not know whether there's something else that will come. So they start getting anxiety, they get separation anxiety, and the feelings are so affected. They get so distracted because there's divorce involved. And you find that if parents don't involve their children when they're divorcing and they do not help them understand what is going on, then children get so much affected. It is important for parents to be involved and to involve their children, when they are divorcing, so that they can get help as early. The other thing is that children start regressing. Below 5 years or slightly below, around 4 years and below, they start regressing and going back. What do I mean when I say that they regress? When there is a divorce, obviously parents also get distressed. So the distress and the stress that comes with it, sometimes it extends to the children. And when these children go through that moment of divorce and separation, they start regressing. They start going back to what they had already gone through and finished. For example, they start bedwetting. You find that a child who was not bedwetting, they have started bedwetting. The other thing is that they start being so clingy to the parent. They want to be clingy to adults. They want to be clingy to the parent who is left with them. They start throwing tantrums and crying a lot. Their sleeping pattern gets affected because they are going through a very tough season that they may not even be able to explain. So it is important as a parent, if you're going through separation and divorce, involve your children age appropriately to help them understand what is awaiting them, and also to help them cope so easily without so much pressure. The other one is depression and sadness. When parents divorce, one, they divorce obviously because they are not agreeing. There's one thing that they are not agreeing, or several things that they cannot agree on. And you find that children already see in a family setup is a modeling space for our children. So if the children don't get the right modeling, then you find that they get so sad when they see that their dad went, he left them, he no longer comes, or maybe the mother went and left the children with the father. So they get so sad and they get so depressed. Why? Because they were not used to this. They are now in a new space, in a space that they're not feeling so secure. So sadness and depression comes in. The other thing is that children, and especially teenagers, can involve themselves in risky behaviors. Risky behaviors, one, they can get aggressive towards each other. They can get aggressive to the parent who was left with them. They can start taking drugs. They can also start betting or gambling or those other risky behaviors. They can be involved in so many. Why? Because there is a void in their heart and they want to fill it. So as a parent, if you're going through divorce, or you are going through separation, or you are preparing yourself for divorce, please involve your child or involve your children so that they can understand what is expected of them or what is going to come along with that. The other thing is that children get a problem with the sleeping and eating habits. It comes along with a lot of anxiety. It comes along with a lot of challenges along. And it comes mostly when there is divorce and stress and so many things that are involved in it. So you find that when children are going through divorce, they change their eating habits, they change their sleeping habits. Why? Because there is so much that is in them that you do not know how to handle. You find that a child who was sleeping through the night, now they are having breaks through the night, or sometimes it takes them so long for them to catch sleep, or sometimes it takes them so much time for them to wake up. So they either oversleep or completely lack sleep, or they have breaks in between their sleep. So you find that a child who was eating a certain bowl of food maybe will eat more, or even sometimes refuse to eat. Why? Because there's so much that is happening in the family. There's so much that is happening, so many emotions involved in this. So sometimes children are not able to know what to do, what to live, and sometimes they feel like they're the ones who are making the parents divorce. And if parents are not careful and they start throwing words in there, and sometimes when you're stressed, or sometimes when you're going through depression because of the divorce, sometimes you end up telling children that wewe ndio ulifanya tuachane, wewe ndio unanifanya nikae kwa hii marriage. So children harbor so much emotions because of the stress that is going around the family before divorce and even after divorce. So it is important for you as a parent to notice those things. When children have challenges in their sleeping, they have challenges in their eating, then it is important for you to notice them so that you can offer them help, so that they do not go so much, the emotions don't get affected so much to a point they get challenges. The other thing that children get a challenge with is that they're not able to pick sides. Yes. So when you're divorcing, your husband is going this side, your wife is going this side, and children are involved, they're left in between. They are not so sure whether they're supposed to go with dad, or they're supposed to go with mom, or they're supposed to go to their grandmother, or they are not so sure where they're supposed to go. So as a parent, it is important for you to prepare them so well, because no one gets married to divorce. No. Things just happen in between. But if they happen, take them, and please make sure that you take care of your children, because they have no take in this. Children get challenges when parents divorce because they are not so sure which side or which direction they will go. The other thing is that they fear. If I go dad's side, mom will think that I'm supporting dad. If I go mom's side, dad will think that I'm supporting mom. So it is important for you as a parent to tell them it is okay to decide what you want to decide, and to say what you're feeling about this without hard feelings, because it's you and your husband who is disagreeing. It is you and your wife who is disagreeing, not the children. So support the children and help them know what they are supposed to do and the take they're supposed to take during the divorce, and even after now you have completely divorced. The other thing is that they face their own relationship struggles. That is very true. So when there is a challenge in a relationship, in a marriage between parents, Those children who grow in such families, sometimes they have a challenge keeping their relationships. Why? Because a family is supposed to be a modeling space for your children. So if the model is not well displayed to them according to their expectations and how it should be, then these children get struggle in keeping their relationship. One, they get struggle in keeping their relationship as children. Their friendship within the children, they get struggles. The other thing, when they grow up and become adult, they get struggle keeping their spouses, keeping their fiancés, keeping their relationship. It is such a struggle for them. Why? Because behind their mind, there's a model that they picked in their family when they were very young, and it is still ringing in their mind. Not unless these children go through proper counseling sessions, go through proper guidance, then they may not be able to cope with the relationship. They have challenges along the way. So it is important as a parent, when you go through divorce, don't think it is only about you. Don't think it is only about the lawyer. Don't think it is only about the church and the community and the society. Sometimes we forget the children involved, and those children are the ones who suffer most. So it is important for you as a parent, it is important for you as a couple to know that children are involved, and we need to guide them and to help them understand why it happened the way it happened, so that you can help them to calm their emotions and to be sober as they make their decisions. It is important for you to do that. The other thing is that these children who go through divorce, sometimes they end up being bullied by other children. They get bullied because those other children will start telling them, even your mother and your dad were not able to keep their marriages. So sometimes they feel like they are the ones who cause the parents to divorce. So as a parent, it is important to prepare your children and to tell them it is okay to feel the way you're feeling, and please help them not to be exposed to bullying. The moment you prepare your children when you're divorcing, then you help them not to be bullied easily. Because if a child bullies them, they will be in a position to tell them, no, I know why my parents divorced, and it is okay. I was not involved in that. I have not taken that. I didn't push them to divorce. Things just happened. But if you keep quiet and you do not guide them and you do not help them and you pour your emotions to them, the negative emotions to them, then you push your children to be exposed to bullying. It is your duty, your responsibility as a couple to help your children understand what is going on and help them to stand very firm and help them get their emotions very, very, very stable. Thank you so much for watching. It's an interesting topic, and I hope you get help through that. And I hope you get to help children who are going through divorce, either yours or maybe your friends' children. And until then, let us meet next time. Next time we have a very interesting topic. We'll be discussing about children who go through divorce, mostly have suicidal thoughts, and most of them end up in committing suicide, or sometimes they end up involving themselves in crime and so many other things. And I welcome you to watch our next video. It will be very interesting. Thank you so much.